Dr. Prince Obeng Himah is on our lines right now. My brother, good morning and welcome to the studios of the WTV.
Good morning, Chief.
How are you, sir?
I'm good by God's grace.
So we are all here thinking that the cool nature of CETAG always allows a certain exclusion criteria to get you out of the labor agitation. We hardly will hear that you are agitating. What has necessitated this agitation this time?
Let me wish you good morning and all your cherished listeners across Ghana. And then send the same wish to the gallant members of CETAG across the 46 colleges of education who are on your platform this morning. And to say that my name remains Mr. Prince Obeng Himah. I just want to say that what happened yesterday was opportunity to reiterate what had been in the system, but we just wanted to share with the public. You recall that 2nd May, the National Labour Commission came out with compulsory arbitration awards after CETAG and then government, or CETAG and Fair Wages representing the government, had appeared before the commission to make our submissions regarding our conditions of service. The NLC, with the powers of the High Court, having listened to our submissions over months, came out with their awards. And when the NLC comes out with the awards, Section 164, subsection 4 of the labor law, it's binding on parties that appear before the commission, whatever decision they come out with. So on our part, we're supposed to have called off the action immediately, which we did. And then on the part of the government too, among other things, they were supposed to have paid 1 month, salary to each of the members of CETAG, because we said we had been made to work throughout the year 2022 without any form of break, and that violated our, unionized and labor freedom. So that was an order given. Again, there was a clear order but then the CETAG was conducting staff audit, so they should be able to finish the staff audit by July 31st, and then when they finish, they should implement it retrospectively from 1st January 2023, so that members of CETAG who would have been identified as having equivalent qualifications as those in the universities will have the same rates and then of allowances and what have you extended to them in equal measure. But we had always argued for equal work, equal pay, so that was also there. So you look at it like 2nd May, we are almost getting there. It's almost getting to a year. Those things are yet to be fully complied with. So we are simply asking for full implementation of the staff audit as enshrined in the orders, so that we'll have our economic liberties and what have you. But it becomes disturbing when orders are given by the NLC and then the government decides not to, comply. We even wrote to the National Labour Commission some months back, drawing their attention to the fact that these orders you give are yet to be complied with. And we know that you have those powers to go to the High Court, get orders from the High Court to compel the government to, as it were, comply. Because you've been doing it. When unions go on strike, you ask them to go back to work and they refuse. You quickly run to the High Court to get orders. Like that's what happened recently to my comrades in Nat, Nagrat, and Sisi.
That's right.
You quickly went there. So what prevents you from, doing the same thing? So we wrote to the commission, and the commission wrote back to us, telling that they had referred the matter to their legal team and that they were waiting for what the legal team would do. Up to date, we haven't heard. Not wanting to take Ghanaians unaware, so that when they will spring up and say we are not going back to work. We have said that from this time up to 31st May, let the government know that they have a responsibility towards us, so they will do the needful.
Right.
My brother, I'm ending my submission with one disturbing issue. When we went on strike, salaries got frozen. You are aware that August salary got frozen around the time.
Yeah, sure.
We later on went back to work. We did all that we were supposed to have done within the period. Timetables were extended up to 9 p.m. We had to teach the students to cover what we lost during the strike action. Later, we met the minister. A minister said the salary should be restored. Letter was given to that effect. Then they decided to restore it partially. As I speak now, my good self, the president of CETAG, and some other members of mine still have our salaries locked up in there. It's not been paid. Why?
So that is the question I want to ask.
Somebody wants to victimize you.
Very much.
Somebody wants to make strike unattractive to your members. So when you ask that, they should go on. So, but these things don't help matters.
Yeah, but Prince, do you think this is deliberate on the part of the NLC and government? Because how can the officials of CETAG be singled out whilst others receive there? Do you see a certain level of connivance? Not
until somebody comes out to tell us why I have not been paid, the president, and then some of my ordinary members have not been paid. I wouldn't understand any theory that will, support this. Because you froze the salary, there's not arrears, there's not anything. Go ahead to pay. And you decide to pay some people, you decide not to pay some people. As a union person, I can only think that because I am leading, I'm the mouthpiece. I am the chief strategist. Let us use this to crumple him so that, he will be weakened emotionally and what have you, and he can't do it. But this seems rather steal us into action. Let's rather encourage us as union people. When you become a union person, you know that you can even be jailed. You can be killed.
And there are precedents to that effect.
You prepare yourself for that and all of that.
Prince, don't you think it's about time you give up? Because there are precedents to what you are saying. Some union leaders over the time in this country have been victims until they lifted up their. Don't you think you should give up so there will be peace and your people can return back to work and all your salaries given back to you?
I didn't get that import. I should be glad if you can take it again. Sorry.
All right. So I was asking that, don't you think it's about time to give up so that your salaries together with your other colleagues will be given back to you? Because there are precedents in this country over the period of our history where until some people gave up, they were victimized. We do not want to caption it a victimization, but it appears so. So I'm asking, don't you think you should give up at this moment?
Give up on what, my brother? In this unionized business, when you decide to lead people, what you should have at the back of your mind that there's nothing like you are half swimming. It is drink deep or taste not. You decide to be in there, and then you lead the people to, what you want to achieve for them has been achieved. So damn the consequence. We'll struggle. So at the end of the day, I keep telling people that today we drive on Temamoto motorway and we are happy. The sacrifices that the Kwame Nkrumahs and the people around the time who are made, where are they today? They are not around to drive on the road. When we drive, we are happy. So maybe we would achieve results when we are gone. Posterity will judge us. People will come after us, will come and work in a decent environment. And I'll be proud wherever I am. In my grave, in my house, when I'm retired, I'll be proud. And that is the motivation, my brother.
Very much well. Prince, lastly, what becomes the ramifications of post-May 31st, the way forward?
What becomes?
What becomes of after 31st of May? That is the deadline you have given. So what will be the way forward for you and the entire CETAG after the 31st of May?
I'm unable to preempt what the definition of the advice will be, but I can trust the rank and file of CETAG. I can trust the structures within CETAG, that is NEC and Council, that on the 31st, if all these conditions are not met, I trust that we'll take one big decision, one major decision that will resonate with our economic rights, liberties, one that will bring freedom to us, one that will put us on the path of progress forever. So I trust that there will be one major decision that will change things around in the college. And when it gets there, we'll communicate.
Well, Prince, we want to thank you so much. We only advise, think about your children a little bit as much as possible. An empty sack can obviously not stand unless it is started. But your students are still waiting on you, and we hope that in the course of time you will think about them as well. But please, we are praying for you. We are a Christian station. We can only pray that God strengthens you and lead you ahead as you demand what rightly belongs to you. Thank you so much, Prince.
Extremely grateful to you too, sir.
All right. Ahwefo eye Owura Prince Obeng Himah ne ene no kasa yi. Oye CETAG for president na o kase. Ono de eduru ba bia na akoy so oye kandifo nti no na tu to aboba ato na de ebesi bia na akoye se opani enedi ni kan but oje agire mu pa se oye pani de won pa abada onim se da nkwama bi se oni hopo no wawu a echirema ebehunu sampa papa bi ba ya na ye fa no Prince Obeng Himah ya odi CETAG anim a wo musufre wotumi etiatia mu abo ya ma aban etie wo musufre ye da ase